back. Welcome back. So, quick question for you before we get started. First off, did you guys get enough pizza?
Yeah.
I looked down there when I first walked down there. I was like, oh my gosh, Amy ordered so many pizzas today. I'm going to be shoving pizzas home with people. I go down there just now and there's like no pizza left. I don't know how 35 people consume 39 pizzas. I don't know how that happened.
Pizza each.
Yeah, exactly. I'm totally happy to feed you lunch. So I want to talk just a couple of logistical things. A lot of folks are asking me if we're going to have these meetings more often and how that's going to work. So what I'm looking to do is start this meeting, and I'll tell you, I'll be totally honest with you, kind of the progression of what's happened. When we were building in 2006 to 2010, I had Team Super Saturdays, and we had them out at the Airtel Hotel, and they were phenomenal, and our team was growing like a weed, frankly. And in 2010, I thought it would be smart for me to go build a speaking career and build a business speaking. And I put send out cards on hold. So I stopped my meetings, we stopped having get-togethers, and I took some time off. I didn't leave send out cards, I didn't go somewhere else, but I didn't really do anything. When Vanessa Hunter called me and told me that she was on board with send out cards, she asked me, she said, I need you to get your ass back to work. Well, she said but. I substituted but, right? And so we've had a long journey over the last probably year. I've worked very closely with both her and Steve and Cody and Jordan. When we came up with Sincere, what a lot of people don't know, and it was actually really funny, Laura, because it was the day that I saw you in the Starbucks. But Cody, our founder and CEO, called me one night and said, hey, I really want to show you what we're having planned and get your feedback and your input, because one of the things I do is I teach social media a lot out on the road, all around the country. And so Cody actually flew down in a super secret meeting that nobody knew, but Cody and I went and sat and had a meeting at the Burbank Airport Hotel for about 5 hours, and we really worked through lots of things on Sincere and Social Sincere. And it was funny because I saw Laura at Starbucks that morning, and I so badly wanted to tell her where I was going, but I couldn't, right? Had I not stopped promoting those events, and had I not stopped building send-out cards, Jordan and I actually sat and figured out I would be number 3 on the income list without question, right? And I say that to you from a perspective of it's never okay to stop. It's just you want to be moving forward consistently, because every day that you put yourself on pause, or every day that you step aside, or every day that you let life and your other business and your other job get in the way, is a day that stops the game of leverage. And leverage is by far the most powerful concept in the world, in my eyes, right? And so I just say that to you in that don't ever stop, you guys. I promise you it's worth it coming out on the other end, right? And I'm going to have Mary Lou, let's get a stick from Mary Lou here in a sec, and we'll pass it to Laura. But I want to just say that these meetings will get this base fired up, right? And so when Steve and I had a conversation about, do I do a call for my group? Do I do a call for the whole company? Do I do a send out cards meeting for everybody in the send out cards family? Or do I keep it to my own team? And Steve and I just had a very open conversation. And at first, I got to be frank, I said, if it's with my own team, I can control the message. If it's with company and everybody, I kind of have to toe the company line. And we decided that I would open it up to everybody, and that we would let everybody participate. And so we want to create the whole LA base as one organization. This does not, and nor do I want it to be, nor will I allow it to be the Casey Eberhardt Show. I don't want that. This is our deal, this is our region, and this is a foundation for all of us to be making a bunch of money, okay? So we will be in touch. What I want to do is we will probably do one more live meeting like this, probably March 1st, just because we're right almost in February, and my travel schedule in February is really crazy. So it will probably be the first weekend in March, and from there we will launch into weekly meetings, and we'll do weekly meetings here, probably Wednesday nights, and we'll grow these until they get big, and then we'll do hotel meetings, and then those hotel meetings will grow out. So if you have a group in your area, I know we've talked about doing some up in Valencia, somebody was talking about doing a West Side meeting. Vegas, we'll do Vegas. Dean does meetings down in Orange County. There are lots of places for you to plug your and your guests into. Okay? So we're just putting this infrastructure in place. So you are all going to be invited to the next one. I have your email address because you went through Eventbrite. So we're just working out some logistics. Fair enough? Okay? So I do a weekly send out cards call that's just for send out cards, and I go a little crazy on those calls. What I told Steve was that if I'm going to do a call and we open it up for corporate wide, that I want no muffle, right? And how many of you have been on one of my weekly send out cards calls? Okay, I almost all you. Okay, cool. I get a little fired up every now and then, right? But if you would like to be on the email reminder for that call, just go sign up at thecoolcall.com. Thecoolcall.com, and we'll get you on the email reminder list, right? I know Jordan's website is thecoolbuzz.com. I bought the domain name and I meant to give it to him as a Christmas present, and then I forgot, and so now it's called The Cool Call. It'll probably change to The Awesome Call later, but for right now it's called The Cool Call. So
when do you do these calls?
Wednesdays at 5 p.m. our time. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. our time. Okay? So Mary Lou. Mary Lou is a good friend of mine. She's been with Send Out Cards since 2010. She's a really, really close friend of mine, and she is somebody that several of you have probably been around me when I do. You probably don't even know this, so I might get myself in trouble here. But when I do trainings around the world, and even here, I sometimes talk about keeping things really simple and really easy. And so some of you that have heard me speak live, sometimes I say, you know, I have a test that I put everything through, and one of the things I put it through is called the Mary Lou test. And the Mary Lou test is, if I think I can get Mary Lou to complete it, then I teach it. If I can't get Mary Lou to complete it, I don't do it. And it's a really good reminder of being able to take complex ideas and break them down so everybody can understand them. Right? She's one of the smartest women I know, but I also know that she has tons of stuff going on in her life, and the last thing she necessarily needs to do is learn a whole bunch of new stuff. So I put everything through the Mary Lou test. So Mary Lou, I know that you took a little bit of time, you sidestepped a little bit like I did. You're going to be as pissed as I am when we start figuring out how much we've given up and left on the table. But I want you to just talk a little bit, because this is literally the first time you and I have seen each other in a really long time, and the first time that you're back like in full throttle with Send Out Cards. So I have no idea what she's going to say, which is always nerve-wracking, especially when you give Mary Lou a microphone. So, Mary Lou, why don't you come on up here and share your story with us. I feel Facebook coming on. Vanessa and I are texting back and forth, and she's like, I'm so bummed the flu. So I said, go watch it on Facebook.
Hi, it's great to see all these new faces. It's great to see some of the faces that I've met along this journey. I actually have been introduced to Send Out Cards by a friend that sent me something and then never followed up. And then I got to meet Casey, and I started going to some of his events. I actually had to beg him to sign me up. When are you going to sign me up, Casey? And he finally said, oh, okay, and did. So I loved this system. And I got into the system basically because one evening about 11 o'clock at night, I was sitting and it had been my uncle's birthday. And I thought, I forgot to send him a card. I'm in my pajamas. It is midnight. The stores are closed. I'm not going shopping for a card at that point. Had I been part of the system, I could have right then and there sent that card. And I thought, wow, that would be really smart. So I got started in the system. I love the system, and I started using it. I'm a hairstylist. I've been doing hair for 40 years. And I actually started sending out the cards to my clients. And I've had a client that had moved out of the area, but she kept coming back, and then I fell and I broke my thumb and my wrist, and I couldn't do hair. And so she found a hairstylist 2 miles away from her instead of 20. But I never stopped sending her a birthday card, a holiday card, thinking of you card. I never stopped. And 3 years later, she called me up and she said, you know, this gal that's been doing my hair is very nice, but she doesn't do a perm like you do. Can I come back? Duh. And so she came back bringing 2 friends.
Yes.
So that was a major, major thing for me. Yes, we do get distracted. I love what I do. I love my clients in the hairstyling industry. So, you know, you venture out, you get involved with something else, whatever. But I've never stopped using the system. I love sending out cards. About December 10th, to be exact, I was involved in a car accident. I don't know whether I'm ever going to be able to continue doing hair. I can do it at its limited, but my whole right side was majorly injured. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to keep my income from hairstyling. So what am I going to do? I'll be 71. I'm not ready to quit life. I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready to retire. I need to be a part of something that's exciting, that I can share with others, that I can make a difference in people's lives by sending that card. By sending that card of thank you or thinking of you, sending a smile, how important you are to me. So this is why I'm re-engaged. This is why I'm here today. It's like, I need to learn again. I need to get back into the system, and I need to do what I need to do to build that income, to take care of the income I will no longer be getting.
Awesome. So remember earlier when I said that our compensation plan creates and stabilizes more millionaires than any other compensation plan? Mary Lou just said why. She didn't even know it. Did anybody catch what she said? I never stopped using the system. There are lots of other amazing network marketing organizations and unbelievable products. In fact, if you go downstairs, some of you probably noticed we have Beachbody products down there. We have isogenic products. I'm Arbonne within an inch of my life. I have legal shield services. I mean, I am truly, I use almost every other company's products. But here's the reality. People never leave send-out cards. If somebody leaves another organization, they usually take their team and their organization with them. And send-out cards, our customers love us because of what we do to help them stay in touch with their customers, their family members, their clients, so on and so forth. That is the key of the sticky point with send-out cards. Even though Mary Lou left for a couple of years, her check, she was still getting a check every single month. Right? Every single month. So build it once, and you get, I had a friend of mine who left send-out cards. He's now selling real estate in San Diego, and we were laughing. He was like, well, you know, I built a check, and then, you know, it wasn't growing fast enough, so I went to Keller Williams and started working in real estate. I'm like, oh, awesome. I said, how much was your December check? He goes, oh, well, it was stable. You know, I'm just getting pretty much residual checks. My residual check's about $1,500 a month. I said, let me get this straight. You built this thing, then you went, now you want to work your butt off, hawking real estate, and you're still pulling a $1,500 check from send-out cards every single month without doing a single thing. He's like, yeah, I've been gone over a year. That's the power of what we do here, right? And that power starts with the presentation, right? It starts with the presentation. Does anything come before the presentation? Meetings?
Sending a card.
The what?
Invitation.
The what?
Invitation.
The invitation, fantastic. The invitation for somebody to take a look at what we have to offer. It starts with a simple invite. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So can we work together as a group to invite people to look at send-out cards?
Yes.
Yes.
Would it be beneficial for you if I showed you an exact formula how I could almost virtually guarantee you that 8 out of 10 people you invite to look at send-out cards will say yes? Would that be useful?
Yeah.
Would it also be useful if I told you that you did not have to talk on the telephone, you did not have to take out ads on Facebook, you did not have to die into social media, you did not have to write blog posts, you did not even have to send out cards? If I could show you a way that makes it super easy that 8 out of 10 people that you share send-out cards with will say yes to at least letting us show them what we have to offer. Would you guys play along with me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that, shall we?
We shall.
Okay. So, I have in my hand a game that my personal team, we started using this only a few days ago. We normally played, some of you are familiar with the birthday game. How many of you played the birthday game? A few of you? Okay. They're all on my team. So the birthday game, the birthday game is simply how many birthdays and anniversaries you add to the contact manager in a certain period of time. Okay? Well, I got thinking, and I started listening to some of the folks that are really building this thing, and I thought, gosh, let's just start to implement what we can do to make this easy. Right? So Jordan and I were chatting, I watched Callie Shields do a presentation, I got thinking, I thought, you know what? We're making this so hard, just the invite process. How many of you are scared to pick up the phone and even invite somebody to come look at this thing? Those of you that aren't raising your hands, come on. Come on.
Everybody put
Right?
your hand up.
I get it. Now, I'll tell you, when that changes for you is the moment in time that your belief in send out cards becomes completely unwavered. And that happens at a different point for everybody. Right? It happens at a different point for everybody. For me, I laugh hysterically for myself because, you know, yesterday I brought on 10 customers. It took me 12 calls. 12 calls. And the last 3 MDs I signed up, and I wish I was joking because I'm a little embarrassed about this. The last 3 MDs I signed up were me calling them saying, I really need you to join Send Out Cards as an MD. And they were like, well, how much is it? I said, it's $3.95. They're like, well, we've just been waiting for you to ask us for the credit card. 3 of them have been wanting to join my business for over 3 years apiece, and all I had to do was call and ask for the credit card. Never sent a card. They were like, well, we've been watching you from the side. We're just ready to sign up. Right? That's the power of this tool. There are lots of people that have heard of send out cards, that have seen send out cards presented before that nobody's followed up with them on, that they've tried sending a card once before, they were a customer in years past, maybe they were a distributor in years past, but we got to get back to the basics of inviting, okay? So we're gonna go through a little exercise today, and we're gonna play a game, okay? We're gonna play a game together, and we're gonna see how many invitations we can send out to our network to at least allow us to show them send out cards. Now, I will say this, I have Steve, Vanessa, and Jordan on standby. If we hit a number, then I get to text them and say, we as a group sent out this many invitations. So we're going to use a fabulous, fabulous tool. It's called our text. Okay? So everybody grab your cell phone. If you want to participate, fantastic. If you don't, sure. I'm just going to tell you what works. This works. This works. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass one of these out to each of you. I'm going to explain the game. And then we're going to play it. Okay? So what you're getting right now is you're getting what we're going to call the text invite script. Okay? So in these 2 boxes are 2 different texting scripts, okay? So text box strategy number 1 is, hi blank, I just started a business and could really use your help. It's very simple, text me back so I can give you some details. Thanks. When they text back and they say, you know, what is this? What are you talking about? Where are you? Right, then it's, I need 10 trial customers to give me feedback on a new service. I would like you to buy a month trial subscription, no contract, use it every day for 30 days, your honest feedback can help me market more successfully. It's $39. Okay, now I know it says 38.
It's 39.
It's $39. Can I count on you to be one of my 10? Let me know, thanks.
Okay.
Pretty simple, right? Basically just asking your friends and family that are close to you to be a customer of yours for a month. With no contract, if they want to stop, they can. But you really want people to be demoing this. Okay, the other version is, I want to set a time to show you something that's really cool, and I think it has big potential. That's it. When they respond back and say, what is this? It's a new technology I need to show you on your computer or phone. When can I catch you for uninterrupted for 30 minutes? Okay? Now, does this talk about how to present send-out cards?
No.
No, we're just inviting people to take a look at it. You see, one of the things that we don't do on our calendars is put time for inviting on our calendars, okay? So, I'm a big game player. Like, I run a private mastermind and coaching program, and in there, thank you, Cher's a member of it. So, Mary is a member of it.
It's the best.
Bruce is a member. Amy R is a member of it. So, we've got some peeps in here. Kathy's a member of it. Okay? So we like to gamify everything because what gets measured gets done, and the more fun we make it, the better off we are. So here's how this works. So the start date is today, so you put today's date in there, okay? And the goal is to fill up 100 boxes, okay? So every time you send a text to somebody, you mark off in one box with today's date, okay? So when we do this, we're going to do this afternoon. So every person that you text, you will put a 131 in that date, in that box. Okay?
So if you text at 10, you fill it 10
If
boxes.
you send out 10, if you send out 10 texts, you'll put 131, 131, 131, 131, 31, 31. Okay? Now, when somebody texts back and says sure, and you have an appointment set, then you just put an X through one of the boxes. Okay? Now, some people will want to put the name of the person they text in there. I'm not that fancy, right? And then when you're done with the appointment, then you highlight one of the boxes. So it's a good game for you to be able to see your activity. Okay? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Anybody have any questions so far? Okay. So this is how I work with folks that I personally work with. I am looking to always leverage and move people into faster and faster accelerated results. I am all about accelerating your results. So when you fill up this board, right, you put the finished date, and then you say number of days that it took to complete. Now, anybody have an idea why I want you to put today's date in these boxes?
Because we're starting right now.
Starting right now. What else?
To track, to push us along.
To track, you'll see where you're consistent and inconsistent. If you put in 131 and you get 5 of them today, and then the next one you don't put in until October, it's going to be pretty clear where the hole is, right? So check this out. So, although I'm just, now that I've seen your wrist, so I have to tell you guys, can I hold your hand for a second? So I see Justin's hand when he's walking in, it says DOWN. And all morning, I've been sitting here staring at that thing going, what does DOWN stand for? Done on, without, like I'm all in my head trying to figure out, I'm like, what the hell does that mean on your hand? And then he like pulls it up another hand, it says slow down. Right? I'm like, kids today. Right? Right? Now I'm going to tell you that your ability to speed up is your ability to make faster money. It's okay, you can slow down, right? But the faster we get this completed, the faster we're into cash. Okay? And I'm about helping customers and clients stay in touch with their customers and clients and turn them into referral machines, but I'm also aware that I get paid on volume. Okay? By the way, just as a side note, this has nothing to do with this texting game. Can I just tell you that a lot of you are signing businesses up for $39 a month, and you actually think you're doing them a service by signing them up for $39, that you're in fact actually doing them a disservice by signing them for $39. Ryan is probably the best example of this. If you have a chiropractor that comes on board, and you know they're going to send out 100 or 200 or 500 cards a month, you signing them up for $39 creates a hassle for the customer. Because now when they need more points, more expense, now they've got to call you, they've got to come customers, they've got to get their credit card out. Sign them up for the subscription that's going to be useful. We put people on 1,000-point auto ships, 500-point auto ships, 2,000-point auto ships all day long. Right? Talk to Ryan about it. He goes in, he's like, okay, how many cards are we going to send per month? A couple hundred? Okay, that's going to be 400 points or 600 points. Bam, that's what we're signing those subscriptions up for. What do we get paid on? Okay, just check and make sure you got it with me. Okay, so back to our scheduled programming. Okay, so here's the scoop. I would like us to try this game. Okay? This is, remember, only about inviting, and what we're going to do when this game is done is now we're going to have appointments to set, right? I'm going to tell you right now that you're going to have people that are going to want to see send-out cards. So what I'm going to do after we're done with this game is I'm going to have Maurice come up, and Maurice is going to talk about the power of systems, the power of templates, and really help us kind of hone down what we actually need to say when we're talking to people and send out cards. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take 20 minutes, and I want us to play this game. And I promise you, you're going to be blown away by the results that you have. So pick one of these two boxes. When you have it in your phone and you're texting somebody, copy it so you don't have to keep typing it over and over and over again. Pull up somebody and just hit paste. Put their name in it, hit paste. Okay? If you don't understand that, okay? Kathy will help you, Ryan will help you, someone will help you, or you can just text. Okay? Now, my suggestion is to start at the top of the people that you have been texting last and go down the list because those people you're in communication with in the previous. We had an experience happen and I want to share it with you only because it's really important from a messaging standpoint. So this is Luann, right? Luann has a friend, right? She has a couple, but she has a friend, right? And funny thing, Luann did not invite this friend to check out send-out cards, right? For whatever reason. It's hard, it's scary, the phone will melt, you know, whatever, right? However, Paula over here, our newest manager in send-out cards, invited said friend to look at send-out cards. Okay? So Paula, is that friend in send-out card right now? Instantly in send-out card.
It was the smoothest. I showed him the system.
Now you're throwing salt.
I had him send a card. I showed the 3 videos. I said, "Can you see yourself?" "Oh yeah. Do you want to? Let's sign you up now." "Okay."
I say that and
What's it
sure.
cost? And he says, "Oh," and he got out his credit card.
The invite process is so important. Most of us are scared to invite, and now Luann is going to go home tonight and she's going to be really irritated. Now the real question is,
That's right.
right, but here's what happens. What happens now when this guy goes off and builds a massive 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 person organization? Is she going to be mad? Or is it going to burn in her head the importance of inviting? Hopefully it's burned in. That was the setup.
When I saw it on the Facebook page where they were saying congratulations, it's like the heavens opened up and someone yelled out, "You see, Jody?"
He has the opportunity to meet this villain.
She has a dartboard on.
Exactly. So I'm going to say this. Either of these will work. Trust the process. If you're not a texter, that's okay. Then you don't have to play.
Because I wouldn't mind, but people would be like, "Why are you texting me? You never text me."
I'm trying
I just-
to-
Exactly. I'm trying to change my ways. How's
I
that?
email people or I call people, but I never
So
text.
your team is going to do things how who does them?
Yeah, I would.
Fair way.
So here's the question. So Shar, you bring a guy like, so this is a great thing before we play, right? So here's the deal. What if I don't use social media? What if I don't use video? What if I don't use mobile phones? What if I don't do texting? Those are all great and valid questions, and I'm not saying that you have to learn. But I'm here to tell you that your team is going to do what you do. So if you say, "Oh, I email people," right? If you were to sit down and do a presentation to me, and the only way you're going to tell me to invite people is by emailing them, I'm never joining. Right now I get about 1,000 emails a day. I have 2 people that are on staff with me that do nothing but read through emails because it gives me a headache. I'm out. Right? If the only way you show send out cards is through social media, and you don't do, or somebody does social media and they're going to bring you on and you don't do social media, are you going to join them? Probably not, right? So this is only about inviting. This is only about inviting. It can be, I'm challenging you to try something new. Yes?
Comment.
Mhm.
Texting, I got into texting because of my granddaughters.
because that's all they do.
Yeah.
So my thought is, if you really want to be attracting some of the younger generation,
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the reality. So, Mary Lou, it's so funny you say that because I do presentations a lot with big groups of women. Big groups of women, right? And one of the things I always crack up about is a lot of them are grandparents, and their number one complaint with me is, if you could just help us talk to our grandkids. I'm like, great, call your grandkids right now. And every one of them says the same thing, but they won't answer. I call. These kids today, they won't pick up the phone and call. How rude. I'm like, awesome, do me a favor. Let's take out your phone right now, and let's send them a text real quick. Let's just send them a text. They send a text back, and the grandkid responds within seconds. They're like, what? They won't pick up the phone? I know they're there. I know they're not picking up the phone. Right?
they're there.
I know they're there.
I know they're there. They're probably playing those stupid video games. Right?
You know what it is? They don't want their friends to know they're talking to their grandma.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Right? But it's also the way an entire generation communicates. In the same way that not everybody communicates with a greeting card. Right?
Big thing too, it takes a lot of pressure off the person right then. If you call somebody out the blue, you're like, hey, when's a good time we can meet? With this, it takes that pressure off of that person. You send a text, they can think about it, look at their calendar.
Right, they can deal with it.
You know, they can deal with it and send you a text back, hey,
Deal
this
with
is
it
a
in their
great time.
time.
They can deal with it in their time. That's a great point. So if you don't text, that's okay. I hope your team does.
That's all she does is text. I'm like, would you just pick up the phone and get the answer instead of texting?
And her answer is no, go to hell.
Text me.
I don't have time to chit chat. I've got 19 conversations happening simultaneously. Stay with her. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I made a deal with Vanessa that my goal was for us as a collective group to send out, are you ready for this? 200 outgoing text invitations. Right here, right now. So we're going to take 15 or 20 so minutes, use one of these scripts. If you want to change it, fine. I'm telling you, these work.
Yes.
Okay? So you can change it if you want. And then Maurice will come up and undo that when he talks about the power of templates and the power of systems. But I'd rather have you do something rather than nothing. In our mastermind, we have a phrase that we train very heavily, and that's production over perfection. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be in production, in movement. Okay? Yes.
What do we do when we get a yes?
When you get a yes, so when you get a yes, put an X through the box. And then when you actually meet with them, you'll put a highlight.
Well, the X is when the appointment is set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the appointment is set. So to get the X in the box, that would be our third text saying, hey, how's Wednesday at 2 o'clock? Is that
Exactly.
correct?
Exactly.
I just wanted to know
Okay.
how to respond.
Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the first time we've ever released this sheet and the first time we've ever done it, and a bunch of people wanted this on Facebook, and I told them no until we had tweaked it. So the other reason why I want to practice this today is I want to run a test with you guys and see if it works, and then if we have any tweaks on the forum, we can make those tweaks. I'm trying to get this into the resource center send-out card so we can train this across the board. Doesn't it seem like it'd be easy to text somebody to invite without ever talking to them? The scary thing? All I can tell you is no or unfriend you on text. Right? Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna go for about 15-20 minutes. This is your time. You can use it, practice. Kathy is an amazing texter. Ryan is an amazing texter. They'll be able to help. They'll walk around and help. Ryan's gonna put on a little bit of music for us to play. Every time you send out a text, you guys put today's date in there, okay? And then we'll come back in a few minutes. I'll walk around and help and see where you guys are getting. But let's see if we can do 200 outbound texts, okay? Go. Yes, Fran. So I'm going to have you talk with Kathy. She'll show you in 2 seconds, okay? Yes, Dean.
Like I say, I can run around and help too.
Dean will walk around and help as well. We need a pen? Yes, we can get your pens. Okay? Remember, every time you do an outbound text, just go ahead and put it in the box there.
Do you have enough
Maurice, thank you. I've already been a part of send-out cards.
Well, you said to hit the first few people, you're like the top. You're the top of all my texting, damn it.
Maurice, you want my phone number?
Yeah, really. Trust me, you're gonna be up next. You said to hit the people that I got. Plus, I needed my copies. So now you're my copy and paste person.
And I'm just telling you, I just posted to our main Facebook group that our goal is 200 as a group. And I just tagged Jordan, Vanessa, and Steve. So please don't let us down.
That's about 6 texts each
It's
person.
only 6 people per person.
6 texts each person.
I did take a picture of all of you with your heads down in your
So
phone.
hold it down on it. Yeah, what you're gonna do is just you
I want to
make
hear if
the
you
first
guys
message.
get responses.
You know, either this one or this one. So type this whole message. The only difference is what I
You
would
got a
do.
response? Awesome. Try to
Type
get
this
response.
message
Make sure
up
you put the numbers in
with
the boxes,
without a
guys.
person's
You
name,
got one? Awesome. Very
because that's
got a
what you're gonna
response
be editing.
already.
That's the only thing.
Make sure to put today's date in each box so we can keep track. Yeah, what?
Oh, look, Maurice.
So now just copy it like that. Go to whoever you're gonna send it to. Who you're gonna
Awesome.
send
Say
it to.
thank you so much.
I should have
It's
won.
not a bad phone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What is this?
Unless it's a paying job, we're not interested. I'm like, bye-bye.
And that's how you can.
Great,
move
isn't
this-
it awesome?
yeah,
We've
that's
given them
what's
the
nice
grace
about
to
this
remove
thing, too.
themselves from our
So
communication.
you're gonna put it right there.
They did us a favor. Keep them up, guys. This is awesome. Excellent, you guys. We're going to ask for responses when we're done. Keep up the activity. This is awesome.
I got a sure please.
You got a short
I got a sure please share.
Excellent.
That means I get to go to text too.
It doesn't count that that's to your girlfriend, Maurice. It doesn't count that that's to your girlfriend.
I have some people in my text list, I don't even remember who they are.
Yeah.
Perfect. Send them a text. And then at the bottom say, by the way, your name isn't programmed in my phone. Who is this? Don't get focused on the result. Get focused on the activity. I promise you. Huge.
Can we, question, can we go like text 1 and text 2 of the other one?
You do whatever you want. I want the activity. Okay, call me next week. I love that.
Okay, what do you need me to do?
Excellent. I need you to spend 30 minutes with me with your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover card ready to go. Yes?
Texted you back.
Does he want a date?
Well, I just said you could be tomorrow anytime after 6:30.
Excellent. Meet him at a Starbucks in a public place. Meet him at Tony P's. That's a great place to meet him. I love that place.
The next patient.
Exactly. You can invite while peeing. Invite while peeing. Another appointment? It doesn't matter. This is all about massive activity. This is awesome, you guys. It's not funny. It's brilliant. Okay, guys. Only 7 minutes left. Let's go quick push. Last 7 minutes. Let's see how many we do. 7 minutes left.
So if I want to copy that message, select all.
Maurice broke his cell phone. Excellent. I love that. Oh my gosh, I can just feel it that we're going to hit this 200. 6 minutes left.
Now I want to put it here. In the message. I got my receipt. I want to put it.
Should be able to do like 20 a minute. If your phone was smarter, I get it.
Message.
Okay, I'll do it.
So
Got that.
you copy the message unpersonalized.
Hi, tell me more about it. See how weird this is?
To move that
You
around,
make it so hard.
so say that's where I put my personal message.
Just keep going. Keep going.
So and then we'll send it. And then
You can set appointments for
copy the
done.
message
Right?
unpersonalized. So then all I
You got
have
an
to do
appointment.
is
Excellent. We got an appointment.
in the person.
Where's that message gonna stay?
It's not going to go anywhere, but as
I love it.
a copy, it's like it's
4 minutes left. Push it. Let's get 10 more out. 10 more out. Cut and paste. Lather, rinse, repeat.
And on the morning.
You got a customer out of it? Bam! And you know what that means tomorrow? 20%.
What day is day 3?
Just put that on there and then you'll circle it.
It's gonna flip.
Starting tomorrow, we all get a raise.
It's gonna be on day 1.
very cool.
It's not funny, it's brilliant.
It's money.
It's not funny, it's money.
Funny money.
Okay, you guys, start to wrap it up. We only have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. There's 31 of us in the room, so we have to hit 200. We gotta hit 200. We got it.
Oh, I'm not.
Or I'm gonna
not
cry.
Don't count me. Don't count me.
That's everyone. We wanted the full.
Right, but he's presuming everybody's texting. I did one and got one. Okay.
Okay, last minute, you guys. Last minute. Finish up the couple of the last ones you're working on. As soon as the clock hits 15, we're done. Okay, let's be done. Everybody, put your phones down as soon as you finish this text. Let's be done. Okay, so you guys are one group. What I'd like for you to do is count up how many boxes you have together as a group, and Laura, I'm going to ask you to tell me that answer. Okay? So
6.
say good. Wow. Say, no need to worry, you're off my list. That's all I need to say. No worries, you're off my list. I just leave it at that. No extra BS. Okay, so from Mary Lou, all the way through Amy, Shira, and Cindy, and you guys all back here from Shari, from this group back here. I'd like you to give all your numbers to Maurice, and Maurice is going to give me the total for just your group, okay?
Alright, I got the math.
Did you do anything?
You 6 back
I
here.
don't think Sherry did, right?
You guys right here, you're one group. I want you to give your totals to Mary, and Mary's going to give you the total for your whole group, okay?
Just number of texts.
Design it right here.
You mean how many percent?
Total your numbers up and give those to Justin, okay? So total of your number and give those to Justin. Okay. You got an appointment and maybe it's like, hey, winner, chicken dinner, you know?
No, I got that.
Okay, Laura, how many? Okay, you guys, shh.
Maurice, did you get my
Total up your number and give them to the group leader. So, Laura, your group had 22.
We're still totaling.
Okay? I just want the outbound text number right now. We'll do customers and appointments in a second. So just the outbound text. Just the outbound text.
Okay.
No, I think it was 50. I did 4. 10.
Just give those to Justin. What do we got back here?
52.
You have 52. Okay. So we have 52 back here. Do we have your guys' number yet?
I believe 82.
You have 82.
We're over cheers with you.
82. Who are we missing still? We're missing this girl.
Is that a Mamma Mia moment?
82 is pretty good. But not as good as 107.
107. Do I have all groups?
That's over 250, Casey.
Okay, so 22 and 52 is
And I was slacking.
2, 4, 6, and 7 is 13. 3,
8, 16.
263. 263.
And what did you promise her?
200.
Wait.
Yay.
Prove a point.
So while Casey's busy, everybody stand up and high five the person next to you because I gotta say that is really awesome. That is really awesome.
22 guys.
That is amazing.
Digits almost over there. Good job. We gotta get better at texting, right? Good job.
Well, some of us have to learn that copy paste stuff.
Wow.
That's part of the work. Are you kidding? I'm sure.
I got 4 out, and I got 1 appointment.
Oh, I booked that appointment.
I gotta learn
Wednesday,
like
Tuesday at
all of it.
3:30.
How long does it
Okay,
take
now
to
let me
convert
ask
studies?
this. Any of you that actually
an hour or
booked
two?
appointments,
Well,
raise your hand.
depends.
Oh, holy crap.
One more over here.
Okay.
Raise up.
But
Okay.
You got a
Maurice,
response?
how
Did you
many
not? An
appointments
appointment?
booked?
One.
1? Okay. Shira.
one.
Okay. Cindy.
3.
3.
I would say
Luann.
we could,
1. Okay. Who else?
probably
Mary.
link up,
Shar.
and I could either
Mary had
show you
2.
what I know.
Okay.
Shelly.
She's good with Casey,
2.
right?
Kathy.
Casey, well,
4.
Okay.
2. Justin. 3.
I learned how to copy and paste.
Okay. Somebody quickly do the math on this.
I got one
I
case.
know about anything.
Okay, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21.
But I don't
21.
understand.
Holy cow.
I don't know how to use it.
21
I know
appointments
how to
to
Twitter
show
account.
setup.
Pinterest is good for like selling other stuff.
I am. It's classes. Services.
What you want to do.
Anybody have somebody text them back to say they would just be their customer without a whole bunch of rigmarole? 1, 2, how many? You had 3? You had 1?
And your pictures pop up, and then they can actually buy it through there. And then you have virtual cards and things
Yeah,
all
oh yeah,
that.
all that stuff. I have a shopping cart.
Basically, through Pinterest.
Brownies.
Okay, so I just texted she, Jordan, and Vanessa,
Okay.
and I just said 35 people, we sent 263 invites and 21 appointments set, 4 new customers. Take that. Awesome job. So you guys, before I bring Maurice up here in a couple of minutes, I want to just kind of ask you, what were your thoughts on that?
I love it. Yeah.
You liked it?
Great way to get
This
paid.
was great.
Great way to get dates.
And you know what, being here in the groups just made it that.
The energy.
Feels energetic, right?
Yes, because you didn't
I didn't have any fear.
Just keep doing it.
We didn't let you start and think and get in the motion, right? We got out of the way of the results. And the common good of all of us together created an environment that was safe, correct?
Correct.
So the pressure was on or off? Off, right? So imagine when you set up some time on your calendar to just take 15 minutes a day. Think if you just took 15 minutes a day and sent out invites. 15 minutes a day, you took that same texting and you put it in Facebook and you sent that to your Facebook friends one at a time in a private message. Or your LinkedIn connections, one at a time, private message. Right? Sometimes it's about the invite process more than it is about anything else. Now we have to fulfill on that, right? Now we have to show send-out cards. So Vanessa writes, well done already. I'm going to go back in the back and start Facebooking all this stuff. So so I'm curious. Is this something that's easy?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it something that anybody can do?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it something that you feel confident and comfortable with somebody that you're just showing send-out cards with and just coming on board, that we could give them this sheet and say, hey, we're going to play this together. Let's go until we hit 100 of them,
Yes.
right? So let's take this a step further. Let me explain how the next step of this works. When you fill out 100 of them, right, then you get to put how many days it took to complete this exercise, right? The next game that you play is you start another sheet, and this time you have to do it in half the number of days that it took you to do it the first time. Now I want you to think about what we just did collectively. Let's just play in La La Land that your organization was 31 people, the number of people that were in this room. Do you believe that if you had 31 people just do what we did, in 15 minutes in one day on a Saturday in the middle of the day before Super Bowl. Think about what it means to your business. As a collective group, we sent out 263 invitations to look at send-out cards, and we had 21 appointments booked. That's almost 10% of those appointments booked within 15 minutes. And we added 4 new customers to our send-out cards organization with just 35 people. Would you all get excited about that level of activity in your business? Your team is going to do what you do, not what you say. Okay? So now what we have is we have a situation where now we get the opportunity to present send-out cards in front of new prospects, right? New people that are interested in looking at what we have to offer. So I asked my friend Maurice to come up and talk to us a little bit about the power of a template, because is this a template?
Yes.
Do you know that if I said to you, hey, just make up a text to go look at send-out cards, how many of you would have come up with something?
Yeah.
Maybe. You would have come up with something. Was it easier to have a framework in front of you?
Yes.
It was nothing more than a template. Some of you changed up the template, right? But it started with a framework. Yes, real quick.
That text also works in person.
Absolutely.
You're talking to someone.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna be done at 2. So I wanted Maurice to come up and talk to us just for a few minutes about the Oh, I know what I was gonna ask. Before you come up, Maurice, I want to know who sent out the most texts. So if you sent out more than 5 texts, I want you to stand up. More than 5 or more texts, stand up. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. If you sent 10 or more texts, stay standing. So if you did less than 10 or less, you can sit down. Awesome. Awesome. Ooh, I love this. Little competition. I can tell Cindy's back there hoping that she did this. This is awesome. Okay, so if you did 15, under 15, go ahead and sit down. Awesome. Awesome. Look at this. I am so excited that everybody's standing with the exception of one is in my organization. And in fact, every one of them is in my executive room, which is very cool for me. Right? Okay, so where are we at? 15?
15.
Okay, so if you did 20, go ahead and say if you're 20 or under. Awesome job, you guys. Okay? 25. Oh! I love it. Okay, well, you know what now?
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste. That's it. I said I to myself.
Texted yourself 25 times?
At least you know you're going to answer that.
Okay.
I signed myself.
Fran, how many did you send out?
29.
29. Let's give it up for Fran.
I don't know.
30 for Kathy. I'm going to give you that as a little prize pack. And I know that you brought this thing, but that's fantastic. What? I'm going to take that.
Thank you.
You get that. Awesome. Okay, so 29 and 30. Who had 25 or more? 25 or more? 20 or more. Who had, how many did you have?
22.
How many did you have?
24.
24? Anybody have more than 24? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys, this is the power of what we have. We got to make it simple and easy, and the faster we get to using a template or a system, the better off we are. And system simply stands for save yourself some time, energy, and money. Right? Acronym for save yourself some time, energy, and money.